Have you ever felt like you didn't quite fit in as a child? Like you were somehow different from your peers or even your own family? If this resonates with you, it might be one of the clearest signs that you were chosen for something greater. From an early age, those who are called often sense that they're not like everyone else. Maybe you were quieter, more thoughtful, or more imaginative. Or perhaps you had interests and ideas that didn't align with those around you. While others focused on fitting in, you felt drawn to stand apart, not out of choice, but because it felt like your nature. Think about it. Were you ever called too sensitive or too serious as a child? Did people tell you that you thought too much or cared too deeply? These weren't flaws. They were early signs of your unique purpose. Your sense of being different wasn't about being better or worse than others. It was about being set apart for something divine. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "When we lose one blessing, another is often most unexpectedly given in its place." Feeling different may have felt like a burden as a child, but it was preparing you for the blessings and responsibilities of your calling. Those early feelings of being out of place were shaping you for a purpose that only you could fulfill. But being different wasn't always easy. It may have brought loneliness or rejection. You might have wished you could be more like others just to feel accepted. Yet, this sense of being different was a divine gift, one that set you on a path to discover who you were truly meant to be. How do you embrace this now? Look back on your childhood with gratitude. Recognize that those feelings of being different were signs of preparation, not exclusion. They were the first whispers of your divine calling, guiding you toward a life of purpose, growth, and spiritual depth. Did you ever feel a strong connection to the spiritual world as a child? Perhaps you were drawn to prayer, curious about God, or had big questions about the meaning of life. This deep, early spiritual sensitivity is one of the clearest signs that you were chosen for a divine purpose. From a young age, many chosen ones feel a natural pull toward the unseen. While other children might have been playing or exploring the material world, you may have found yourself reflecting on deeper matters. Maybe you ask questions that surprise the adults around you, like, where does our soul go? Or, why does God allow certain things to happen? Think back. Did you ever feel an overwhelming sense of peace while praying? Or did you experience moments where you felt that God was close, even when you couldn't explain it? These experiences weren't coincidences. They were moments when the Holy Spirit was working within you, even before you fully understood it. C.S. Lewis reflected on this kind of spiritual sensitivity in his writings, saying, "The truth is, of course, that what one regards as interruptions are precisely one's life." These spiritual moments during childhood weren't interruptions. They were life itself, gently guiding you toward your purpose. This sensitivity may have made you feel different or even misunderstood by others who didn't share your depth of feeling. Yet, it was preparing you for a calling that required you to be attuned to the spiritual and to recognize God's presence in ways that others might overlook. How do you embrace this sensitivity now? Reflect on those early moments of spiritual connection and let them remind you of God's presence in your life. Seek to nurture that sensitivity by creating space for prayer, meditation, and stillness in your daily routine. It's through this openness that the Holy Spirit can continue to guide and strengthen you. Do you remember feeling an unshakable sense of right and wrong as a child? Even when others ignored or dismissed injustice, did you find yourself unable to stay silent? This innate moral compass is a powerful sign that you were chosen for a higher purpose. From an early age, those who are called often feel deeply about fairness, kindness, and standing up for what's right. Maybe you were the child who couldn't bear to see another being bullied, who spoke up when no one else would, or who felt guilt when you saw wrongdoing, even if it wasn't your own. C.S. Lewis once said, "Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching." As a chosen one, this sense of integrity may have set you apart. It wasn't just about following rules, it was about feeling the weight of what is right in your heart. This wasn't a learned behavior, it was part of your divine design. However, having a strong moral compass as a child wasn't always easy. Standing up for what was right might have led to moments of rejection or conflict. You might have felt alone in your convictions, wondering why others didn't seem to care as much as you did. But this moral drive was shaping you to fulfill your calling, preparing you to be a voice for truth and justice. Think back. Were there moments when you stood up for someone who was treated unfairly, or when you felt compelled to help, even at your own expense? Those weren't just childhood impulses. They were reflections of your purpose, preparing you to lead and inspire others. How can you embrace this moral compass today? Honor it. Let it guide your actions and decisions, even when they're difficult. Trust that this inner voice, refined through prayer and the Holy Spirit, is a gift meant to align you with God's plan for your life. Did you face challenges in your childhood that seemed overwhelming or unfair? Were your struggles heavier than what others your age seemed to endure? If so, this could be a powerful sign that you were chosen for a greater purpose. Many chosen ones face unusual struggles or hardships early in life. These aren't random. They are part of the divine preparation for the unique calling placed on their lives. Whether it was emotional, physical, or social difficulties, these trials weren't meant to break you. They were meant to refine you. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." Your childhood challenges were not a punishment, they were a foundation. They instilled in you resilience, empathy, and a deeper understanding of the struggles others face. Think back. Did you grow up in an environment that tested your faith or forced you to mature quickly? Did you endure losses, rejections, or obstacles that seemed unfair? These experiences may have left scars, but they also equipped you with strength and wisdom that set you apart. However, enduring these hardships might have made you question why you had to suffer so much while others seemed to have it easier. But as you reflect, you might notice that these struggles shaped your ability to empathize with others and gave you a depth of character that cannot be taught. How do you embrace this now? First, recognize that your hardships were not wasted. They were tools for your growth. Pray for healing in areas that still hurt, and ask the Holy Spirit to reveal how these experiences have prepared you for your calling. Use your story to inspire and uplift others who are walking through their own trials. Did you spend your childhood imagining worlds, telling stories, or finding creative ways to express yourself? If so, this could be a sign that you were chosen, as creativity and imagination often point to a deeper connection with the divine. Many chosen ones possess a vivid imagination or a unique creative gift. This isn't just a childhood trait, it's a sign of being set apart for something greater. Creativity allows you to see beyond the physical world, tapping into ideas and possibilities that others might miss. It's a divine tool for understanding, expression, and inspiration. C.S. Lewis, a master of imagination, once said, "Reason is the natural order of truth, but imagination is the organ of meaning." His stories, like the Chronicles of Narnia, were more than tales. They were vessels of spiritual truths and profound meaning. Your creativity might be the same, holding the seeds of purpose and calling. Think about your childhood. Did you create elaborate stories, drawings, or games that felt like an escape or a way to make sense of the world? Did your mind naturally wander to places filled with wonder, possibility, or deeper truths? This was more than play. It was a reflection of the unique way God designed you to interact with the world. Sometimes this gift might have made you feel misunderstood or even dismissed by others who couldn't see the value in your creativity. But those moments of imagination weren't wasted. They were divine preparation, shaping your ability to think outside the box and connect with others in meaningful ways. How do you embrace this now? Don't neglect your creative gifts. Use them to inspire, teach, or heal. Whether through art, writing, music, or innovative problem-solving, your creativity is a reflection of God's image within you. Pray for guidance on how to use this gift to fulfill your calling and bring light to others. Did you ever find yourself seeking quiet moments as a child, drawn to solitude while others craved noise and activity? If so, this could be a profound sign that you were chosen for a unique purpose. Many chosen ones are naturally drawn to solitude, not because they dislike others, but because they feel a deep need to reflect, think, or connect with something greater. These moments of solitude often become spaces where divine whispers are heard, shaping their hearts and minds for the calling ahead. C.S. Lewis captured the beauty of solitude when he wrote, "We live, in fact, in a world starved for solitude, silence, and private, and therefore starved for meditation and true friendship." This inclination toward solitude isn't a weakness, it's a strength. It's in these quiet moments that the Holy Spirit often speaks, guiding chosen ones toward clarity and purpose. Think back. Were you the child who preferred reading in a quiet corner, exploring nature alone, or simply sitting with your thoughts while others played noisily? Did solitude feel like a safe haven where you could process your thoughts and emotions? Those moments weren't accidental. They were preparing you to hear and follow a deeper calling. However, this preference for solitude may have sometimes made you feel lonely or misunderstood. You might have wondered why you didn't always fit in with the crowd. But solitude wasn't about isolation. It was about connection. It was a sacred space where God was planting seeds of purpose in your heart. How do you embrace this now? Honor your need for solitude as a gift, not a flaw. Create intentional time for quiet reflection, prayer, or meditation, allowing the Holy Spirit to guide and renew you. Use these moments to align yourself with your calling and find strength in God's presence. Did you often find yourself stepping in to help someone in need, even as a child? Did you feel compelled to protect, comfort, or care for others, sometimes at your own expense? This selfless desire to help is a clear sign that you were chosen for a greater purpose. Chosen ones often have an innate empathy that draws them to others' pain and struggles. Even at a young age, you may have felt a strong responsibility to make things right for someone else. Whether it was standing up for a bullied classmate, comforting a friend who was sad, or offering help without being asked, these actions came naturally to you. C.S. Lewis once said, "Love is not an affectionate feeling, but a steady wish for the loved person's ultimate good as far as it can be obtained." Your childhood acts of love and care were not mere coincidences. They were reflections of your purpose. They were the early signs of your calling to be a light in others' lives. Think back. Did you often feel the urge to step in when someone was struggling, even if it meant sacrificing your own comfort or resources? Maybe you were the friend everyone turned to, the one who always offered a listening ear or a helping hand. These were not just childhood traits. They were divine markers of the mission God placed in your heart. However, this desire to help might have come with its own challenges. Perhaps you felt overwhelmed by the needs of others, or even taken advantage of at times. But remember, your compassion is a gift, not a burden. It was given to you to make a difference in the lives of those around you. How do you embrace this now? Recognize your natural compassion as a divine gift. Continue to help others, but also learn to set healthy boundaries to protect your energy. Pray for guidance from the Holy Spirit to direct your efforts where they are most needed. Use your gift of empathy to inspire hope and healing, reflecting God's love in every act of kindness. Did you find yourself deeply affected by the pain and suffering of others, even as a child? Perhaps you couldn't ignore someone's struggles or felt a sense of shared pain when you saw someone in distress. This heightened sensitivity is another powerful sign that you were chosen for a divine purpose. Chosen ones often have an innate ability to feel the emotions of others on a deeper level. This isn't just empathy. It's a spiritual sensitivity that allows you to connect with others' struggles in a profound way. You weren't just noticing their pain. You were experiencing it with them, reflecting the compassion of Christ. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "To love at all is to be vulnerable." Your vulnerability to the suffering of others wasn't a weakness. It was a divine gift. It prepared you to be a source of comfort, hope, and strength for those in need. Think back. Did you find yourself crying when others were hurting, even if you didn't know them personally? Did you feel compelled to act, to ease someone's burden or bring relief, even if it was just through a kind word or gesture? These weren't just emotional reactions. They were signs of your spiritual calling to bring healing and light to a hurting world. However, this sensitivity might have felt overwhelming at times. You may have struggled to process the weight of others' pain or wondered why you seemed to feel so much more than those around you. But this sensitivity was never meant to crush you. It was meant to shape you into a vessel of God's love and grace. How do you embrace this now? Start by recognizing your sensitivity as a gift, not a burden. Pray for the Holy Spirit to guide you in using this gift to serve others while protecting your emotional well-being. Surround yourself with uplifting influences and seek spiritual practices like prayer or meditation to help you process and renew your strength. Did you feel an inexplicable bond with nature as a child? Did the beauty of the natural world speak to your soul in ways you couldn't explain? If so, this could be another clear sign that you were chosen for a divine purpose. Many chosen ones feel a profound connection to God's creation from an early age. Whether it was finding peace in the rustling of leaves, awe in the vastness of the sky, or comfort in the presence of animals, these moments were more than just childhood curiosity. They were sacred encounters with the divine. C.S. Lewis, who often reflected on the relationship between creation and the Creator, wrote, "Nature never taught me that there exists a God of glory and of infinite majesty. I had to learn that in other ways. But nature gave the word glory a meaning for me." Your connection to nature may have been one of the ways God prepared your heart to recognize His presence and glory. Think back. Did you feel most at home when surrounded by trees, rivers, or mountains? Did you sense a deeper purpose when observing the intricate beauty of a flower or the majesty of a sunrise? These experiences weren't random. They were invitations to see God's hand in all things and to reflect that wonder in your life. This connection to nature may have also set you apart from others. While some saw nature as just a backdrop to their lives, you may have felt its deeper meaning, recognizing its ability to heal, inspire, and reveal God's character. How do you embrace this now? Make time to reconnect with the natural world. Seek moments of stillness in creation, using them as opportunities for prayer, reflection, and renewal. Allow the beauty of nature to remind you of God's creativity and faithfulness. And consider how this connection can inspire you to care for creation, reflecting God's love through stewardship and gratitude. Did you find yourself standing up for what was right, even when it wasn't easy, as a child? Did injustice, whether big or small, stir something deep within you, compelling you to take action? This unwavering sense of justice is another powerful sign that you were chosen for a higher purpose. Chosen ones often carry a divine sense of justice from an early age. They feel called to protect the vulnerable, speak for those who cannot, and right the wrongs they see around them. This isn't learned behavior. It's an innate calling that aligns with God's heart for righteousness. C.S. Lewis once said, "Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point." Your sense of justice, even as a child, required courage. Courage to stand alone, to face opposition, and to speak the truth in difficult circumstances. Think back. Were you the one who stepped in when someone was being treated unfairly? Did you challenge rules or actions that felt wrong, even if it meant facing criticism? These moments of courage and conviction weren't just youthful defiance. They were signs of a divine purpose to be a force for good in the world. However, this strong sense of justice may have made you feel misunderstood or even isolated at times. Standing up for what's right can be a lonely path, especially when others choose silence or complicity. But those early experiences were shaping you to be a voice of truth and a vessel of God's righteousness. How do you embrace this now? Recognize your sense of justice as a divine gift. Use it to inspire change, protect the vulnerable, and stand for what is right. Pray for the Holy Spirit to guide your actions with wisdom and love, ensuring that your pursuit of justice reflects God's grace and truth. Did you notice as a child that no matter how difficult things got, you always seemed to find the strength to keep going? Even when others might have given up, There was something within you that kept pushing forward. This unshakable inner strength is a powerful sign that you were chosen for a divine purpose. Chosen ones often possess a resilience that defies explanation. This strength doesn't come from their circumstances or even from themselves. It's a divine gift, a reflection of God's presence in their lives. From an early age, this inner fortitude sets them apart, helping them endure hardships and rise above challenges. C.S. Lewis wrote, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." This resilience is not about avoiding struggles. It's about continuing to move forward in faith, knowing that every obstacle is part of God's plan to prepare you for your calling. Think back. Did you endure situations that felt overwhelming, yet somehow found the courage to persevere? Were there moments when others leaned on you for strength, even though you were facing your own challenges? These weren't coincidences. They were signs of your calling, evidence of the unique purpose God placed in your life. However, this inner strength may have also come with its own burdens. You might have felt the weight of responsibility from an early age, or even wondered why you were the one who had to be strong. But this strength wasn't meant to isolate you. It was meant to equip you to inspire and uplift others. How do you embrace this now? Recognize your inner strength as a gift from God. Lean into it with faith and gratitude, trusting that it will guide you through life's challenges. Pray for the Holy Spirit to continually renew your strength and to help you use it to fulfill your purpose and support those around you.